Tammy.
Hey.
You're looking beautiful today.
Oh.
You're all spiffed up.
Oh, what a
pretty.
sweet guy you are. On video.
No, she's got to wear glasses because she's got 2 black eyes, so what I did to her early on. So there we are.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I had this all. Sorry. I just had this. Well, I had it up to. Here we go. This is. Well, this is kind of an interesting one. They're kind of a bit long here, but basically, this person had some pups 24 hours ago.
When was that sent to you?
Oh, a couple of days ago. So what was going on here? She'd gone to a vet on a Saturday, and she was worried about a Sunday delivery. She doesn't say what the due date was, but basically came back at 4.5, and the doctor was pressuring her to do a C-section because they had everybody there. And she said, no, not comfortable doing it unless it's 3 or less.
Good for her.
The vet then said, well, she's pulled puppies out of 5 and had no problems.
Remember, nobody can force you to do anything. It's your choice.
Well, that's what she did here. So she said, no, they're not going to do it. They said that the vet was then very rude to her. But anyway, they did wait. They pulled the puppies out when they were 3. And he said if it wasn't for James, he'd have had a very bad experience. So, it worked out well for them, and they did stick to their guns, and that is the right thing to do, isn't it?
Right. And I hope her vet apologized to her.
Vet doesn't know any better, so the vet thinks it. So the problem is that you might well take puppies at 5 and be completely okay. You might take puppies at 5 and not be okay. Yeah. The problem with progesterone levels, it's not a how close are you to C-section. It's a go, no go.
Also, it depends on which machine, on the progesterone machine.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's sure.
But you need to know your dates for sure, her temperature, her actions. That's why you need them right in the house with you. I mean, like I tell everybody, my girls are with me right in my kitchen, and I know exactly what's going on.
Yep, absolutely. So you
All
can,
those signs
we've been doing this for a long time. We've made mistakes, and we don't ever want to make mistakes again.
Yeah.
It's a bad
That's
outcome.
why James started these videos, because he wanted people to learn from what we made mistakes on to let you not have mistakes like that, hopefully.
There you go. Cheyenne Brooke, if I paid for sperm, I guess you're talking about us now, because I don't know about other people. If I paid for sperm and did an AR on my female, which you didn't take, will I have to pay for the sperm again? No, absolutely not. So the way we do this is we give you a guarantee. The guarantee is that you're going to have puppies. If you don't, you get retries. And when you get retries, basically you can go move to a different stud, you can breed to a different female. If you've paid us a partial stud credit, then that goes forward forever until it's used up by you. What you do have to pay every time is the shipping fee, because that's a lost item. So it's $150 for FedEx overnight to ship to you, and some people like 2 shipments, which I like, so they're going to pay $300. That you don't get back, but anything else is held as a credit to be used by you at some future date. You never lose it. So we absolutely work on, and we only charge a small part of the stud fee up front. The rest of it's piled on the back end. So we've got some deals going on that, and you can talk to Cody if you want particulars on it. Shayna Brooke again. Oops, got some slow traffic here.
Well,
is it worth spending money on an X-ray to find out how many pups if we're doing a C-section? Yes and no. So the yes part is, if you are not sure the dog is pregnant, absolutely get an X-ray. You do not want to make the mistake of having a C-section on a dog that in fact has not got puppies inside, and that does happen. So, if you've got a dog that's nice and fat, develops a milk line, you can feel some puppies.
Well, you can have a phantom pregnancy too.
But not when you feel puppies.
Well, not when you feel puppies.
Not when you can palpitate.
Yeah.
But
the milk line can come in even on a phantom pregnancy.
Absolutely. So you've got to know the dog's got. You don't care how many are in there, because when you're having a C-section, presumably they're all coming out. Now that's another horror story. Now I have had situations where people have been to vets and they've removed puppies and not removed them all, which sounds completely crazy, but I've heard that many times. Well, it's not the norm, don't get me wrong here, but I mean, guess what happens when that happens? The dog then delivers a puppy or puppies the next day. Those puppies likely be dead, might deliver them out in the backyard when he goes out to pee. Not a good situation. So, if you did an X-ray, at least you'd know what was coming down the pike. But if you're going to do a natural whelp, absolutely do an X-ray.
Oh,
you
yeah.
definitely want to know.
You want to know how many puppies you've got in there.
You want to know when the last one comes out. The last
Because you
one
want all those puppies. If you're not doing a C-section, which you should be, but if you're not doing a C-section, you need to have that X-ray to know. Because if you leave some puppies in there, you're going to have.
So let's talk about labs. For
infection.
instance. When we had labs, we didn't do X-rays.
No.
No, I think today I'd probably do it actually, but I mean, because it's not very expensive to do an X-ray. But when we did labs, we didn't do X-rays. Tammy's driving like a lunatic.
No, this guy is. I think he's either sleeping pills or drinking. He's not texting.
Shanna Brooke again, can you make a video about the essential things a person needs for whelping pups? We've got videos and all this. In fact, we've got one, a good one is Bo Peep's Journey, where we've got, I think it's a 12-part series. It shows everything from pre-whelp behavior, which is ready for a C-section, the C-section, coming home, whelping puppies, weaning puppies, the whole thing. I mean, it's probably 6 hours worth of video. So go look at that.
Tell you, where are these people coming from that's driving on the road?
Hi James and Tammy, I love your channel. This is from Suzanne Quinn. It was so helpful for me to ease this first time of breeding. My girl was in a C-section. Let's do it. My girl was for C-section 21st of August, day 63. That's when the vet wanted to do it, but she self-whelped 10 puppies. No temperature drop, or I missed it in the early hours. I woke up in the morning to see her trying to give birth on my couch. Sadly, one was a water baby. One was born sleeping and faded. I tried everything but couldn't save him. But I would like to understand why only 2 puppies were born in their bags. The rest were born out of their bags.
The bag broke.
Yeah, I think the bag probably broke is what happened here. So the problem you've got here is, I mean, look, you know, you did this, you were forced in a situation. I'd much rather you weren't forced into the situation.
Right.
Because you may have lost puppies because of that. The water baby, that wasn't because of that. But anyway.
Do a different male next time for those water babies.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. They just happen, you know.
Yeah.
Things go wrong just like in humans.
Yep.
You know, there's things that go wrong in the birth.
But the thing that went wrong that you
Not the
maybe
birth,
could have
but the
avoided
carrying.
was having puppies on your couch in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Now, I understand the temperature didn't drop. I don't know how often you're taking the temperature. I've seen dogs where the temperature drops and goes back up again. You missed it.
Yeah.
So we do it at least 2 or 3 times a day.
When it's a week away from first breeding due date that we have written down on our calendars, the first breeding due date, a week away from that, we start taking the temperature twice a day, especially if it drops to 99. We do it
99.1 or 2. Yeah, we start really doubling up on
Yeah.
stuff.
So anyways, we do it in the morning after they've gone to the bathroom, let them in, you know, settle down a bit. We do that temperature then, and then we do it in the evening. Same thing. Let them out to go potty, let them back in, and then take the temperature. We do that twice a day, a week before breeding due date. 2 weeks before start taking TM.
Melissa Keating. Hi James and Tammy. From my understanding, in regards to cryptic merle, I believe it happens on a red-based dog only, as the merle will not show in these colours. This is from research I've seen on example Pomeranians. So that's interesting. You know, certainly Tammy. One thing that Tammy says is she's not crazy about fawn merles because they don't show the colour very much, right?
There's very few real pretty fawn merles.
So this is part of what you're alluding to here, where it doesn't show up. I don't know the answer to this.
Andrew Hamilton had a beautiful fawn merle, and she was one of a lot. She was really pretty. It's R.I.P. She's passed away. I hated that because she was such a gorgeous female that he had.
So, first off, I've never seen any cryptic merles personally. Never had one that tested. You have to go to
We've heard of them,
you have to go to UC Davis.
We've never had one.
When they test for merle, they'll give you a number and they'll put MC by it if it's cryptic. So I don't know whether that's the right information or not. I suspect there's something else going on here. I suspect it's not to do with that colour. So I think my take on this from what you're saying is that with a fawn merle, you may not see the merle, but it's still there. It's not cryptic. So that's my take on it. but I may be wrong. So you've done research and I haven't. So we're on the fence on this. Other people can chime in. Joanne Condes, what temperature should we need to watch if the dame is ready for C-section? So I've got lots and lots of videos on this, but Tammy AR.
Yep, 98. 98, you don't leave her side.
What, less than 99? So like when we say, when someone asks me the temperature, they say 99, I say 99 what?
Yeah.
99.7 is wildly different than 99.1.
Yeah, your female can run up, you know, 100 temp 2 weeks before.
100.5 is normal.
That's why we do just starting 1 time a day at
Tammy says 2 weeks.
2 weeks before. A week before, we start doing it twice a day, especially if it's gone to 99, because we want to catch that temp.
But I want to clarify. When we say 99, we mean 99.0.
Right.
So 98.9 is 1 notch less, and that means typically puppies within 24 hours, but you don't always see it. That's the problem.
Temperature, folks, twice a day.
Yes, and other things combined with it as well. But I got a whole video on this, so you can go review those.
Nesting, refusing to eat.
Panting.
Wanting to not get out of their home area that they sleep in. They don't want to go outside and they want to come back in immediately. Progesterone level less than 3. If they're panting, you know, and have that stare off.
Standing up and on their back, sitting on their haunches and looking off into the 1,000-mile stare.
Yeah.
Looking at their back end and making a little squeal. That's labor.
Yeah, well, they're looking and looking, you know, and so.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.